Queen Elizabeth II passed away on September 8th, 2022. This is a narrative about accession and cession, losing the crown, gaining the crown, the cycle, the circle of life. The 8th of September is the Nativity of the Virgin Mary, who is the ultimate symbol of birth. Coinciding with Elizabeth's death is the birth of the new NFL season in the United States, in a stadium opened on the 8th of September, 2 years prior, SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. Another recent birthing of a sporting event is the 2022 Commonwealth Games opening ceremony. The Commonwealth Games was a celebration of the legacy of the British Empire that Elizabeth headed for 70 years. We see multiple parallels and synchronicities in art, entertainment, sports, and history, with common threads based on astrology, tarot, Kabbalah, the Vedic tradition, and the alphanumerical code of gematria. I refer to those underlying esoteric common threads as the truth codes. Queen Elizabeth II of Britain passed away on September 8th, 2022. I've been focusing on that date, September 8th, in my most recent decodes, in the context of the mutable cross of the zodiac, which is formed on the pie chart by the Gemini-Sagittarius axis, intersected by the Pisces-Virgo axis. This is the upside-down cross known as St. Peter's Cross. The mutable cross / St. Peter's Cross is represented by the Hanged Man in the tarot tradition. The gematria of the mutable cross proves to be the most significant. The mutable cross sums to 89. 89 can be the date 8-9, 8th September. The mutable cross / Hanged Man was played out in ritual with Golden State Warriors all-star Latrell Sprewell choking his head coach PJ Carlesimo in 1997. Hangman choking. Latrell Sprewell was born on September 8th. The Golden State Warriors, who he played for, are from a location known for bridges. The Oakland-San Francisco Bay Area, which has the Golden Gate Bridge, and the Bay Bridge, which is depicted on the current Golden State Warriors jerseys. London Bridge is down is the code phrase for the funeral plan for Queen Elizabeth II. So London Bridge is a metaphor for the Queen. The current mayor of San Francisco is named London Breed, which is close to London Bridge. Another September 8th / 8th September birthday is British football player and manager Gary Speed, who fulfilled the mutable cross ritual with an alleged hanging suicide in 2011. Another September 8th / 8th September birthday is singer Pink, who performed The Hanged Man at the 2010 Grammys. September 8th is the opening date of SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, California, which is the site of the most recent Super Bowl where rapper 50 Cent performed The Hanged Man at halftime. His real name, Curtis Jackson, has a value of 89. The very day of the Queen's death, there was another big event at SoFi Stadium, which was the venue of the past Super Bowl, but this time it's the venue of the opening game of the new season. And again, the SoFi Stadium was opened on September 8th. And this event was the opening game of the new NFL football season. So a celebrated beginning and a celebrated end occurred on the same day. The narratives of prominent women include goddess and sacred feminine references. SoFi references Sophia, the feminine anthropomorphism of wisdom and the female side of God in Gnosticism. September 8th is the nativity of the Christian sacred feminine, the Blessed Virgin Mary, Mother of Jesus. Remember that the singer Pink was born on September 8th? At the same Grammy Awards where she hung upside down, she appeared as the Virgin Mary in a white headscarf, something that Beyonce, also a Virgo, has done. Beyonce sang Ave Maria, the ode to the Virgin Mary, in the Great Pyramid of Giza. Queen Elizabeth's middle name was Mary. Elizabeth reigned for 70 years. Ave Maria has a value of 70 in gematria. Elizabeth was born on a date with 70 numerology. April 21st, 1926. 4 plus 21 plus 19 plus 26 equals 70. Another September 8th birthday relates directly to the theme of an heir to the throne becoming king. That is the animated movie The Lion King, whose title character, who becomes king after the death of his parent, Simba, is voiced by Jonathan Taylor Thomas, whose birthday is September 8th. The Lion King theme song is Circle of Life, which was released 8/9, but this time 8/9 is August 9th, understandably in the time of the Leo zodiac sign. Mutable cross / St. Peter's cross is represented by the Hanged Man tarot card. There are some meanings of the upside down cross and the hangman that I did not discuss in previous videos. It can also be a symbol of transition, which is used in narratives involving gender transition. Currently, the most celebrated personality on this theme is Elliot Page, who was formerly Ellen Page and appeared on the cover of Time magazine in the hanged man leg position, and then reprised the same pose on social media. This is the same imagery that the same outlet, Time magazine, did with Donald Trump, who is the ultimate hanged man. St. Peter was said to have been crucified upside down by Rome under Emperor Nero, who represented the mutable cross, being a Sagittarius who died in Gemini. But Nero also expresses the androgyny / transition theme of the mutable cross. This is from Wikipedia. Quote, "The Emperor Nero had 2 marriages to men. One as a bride with a freedman Pythagoras." So now this is not the same famous Pythagoras mathematician. This is a person by the same name. But Emperor Nero married Pythagoras as the bride, dressed as a woman, and once as the groom. So Nero also married a male, but this time he was the groom and the male was the bride, and this groom was named Sporus. So the Emperor Nero, who was born and died on the mutable cross, which is the upside down cross, which is St. Peter's cross because St. Peter was crucified under him, Nero, he represents this androgynous theme of the upside down mutable cross. It's an inverted cross. The transition in this current case that we're discussing is from a female to a male, a queen to a king. 8/9, the mutable cross. The death of Queen Elizabeth is both an end and a beginning. The emphasis seems to be on the beginning aspect. Beginning is birth. Whether or not you're a Christian or believe the story to be true or not, the most famous and celebrated mother and birth in human history is the Virgin Mary and Jesus. So Elizabeth Alexandra Mary, dying on the anniversary of the most famous mother and performer of the most famous birth, signifies an end and a beginning. The key gematria code number for this theme is 57. Birth has a value of 57. This is in the simple cipher or ordinal cipher English gematria, where each letter of the alphabet is given a numerical value based on its order in the alphabet. A equals 1 through to Z or Z equaling 26. The values of the letters that make up birth sum to 57 in ordinal or simple gematria. Mary sums to 57. Mother of Jesus has a value of 57. This is in the full reduction or Pythagorean cipher of English gematria, which is the same as simple, but reduces double-digit values to single digits by adding the individual digits of the double-digit number. So Z or Z would be the 26th letter. You add 2 plus 6 to get 8. So Z would equal 8. You do this with all the double-digit values. Mother of Jesus equals 57 in the Pythagorean or full reduction cipher of English gematria. New beginning sums to 57 in the reverse Pythagorean or reverse full reduction cipher. This cipher is the same as Pythagorean, but instead starts with Z as 1 and ends with A as 8, which is 2 plus 6, the 26th letter in reverse. The Queen could reasonably have been expected to die in Buckingham Palace or Windsor Castle, but she died instead in Balmoral Castle, which, unlike the other two, is on the 57th parallel. This is the birth of a new era. Start has a value of 57. This is in the reverse ordinal or reverse simple cipher, which is like simple but begins with Z or Z with a value of 1 and ends with A as the last letter with a value of 26. Start equals 57 in reverse simple. Birth ritual also has a value of 57. So 57 is the key number to any birth-themed narrative. The death of Queen Elizabeth happened at the start of a new NFL football season that will culminate with the 57th Super Bowl on a date with 57 numerology. Queen Elizabeth was a Taurus. The zodiac sign of Taurus is ruled by the planet Venus, which is a major goddess/sacred feminine symbol. The Commonwealth Games celebrate the legacy of the British Empire, which Queen Elizabeth headed for 70 years. The highlight of the opening ceremony of the 2022 Commonwealth Games was a Taurus bull. Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is the bright star known as the light bearer. The ceremony featured female light bearers, signifying Venus, the ruler of Taurus. In that ceremony, the Venus female symbol tamed the beast, just as the modern tarot tradition depicts a woman taming a beast on the Strength card, a lion in this case. The woman at the Commonwealth Games opening ceremony later rode the beast, which is an ancient allegory long predating Christianity and the Book of Revelations. The woman and the beast are also the British empirical symbol of Britannia. This is reminiscent of Super Bowl 49, where Katy Perry rode the beast at the very location of the next Super Bowl, Glendale, Arizona, now named State Farm Stadium, the next Super Bowl in a season that started on the day that Queen Elizabeth died. This NFL season birth, on the day that she died, featured a win by the Buffalo Bills, whose team logo is a Taurus symbol, just as the beast at the Commonwealth Games is a Taurus symbol. Remember that it will be the 57th Super Bowl, and Elizabeth died on the 57th parallel on the birthday of the Mother of Jesus. Queen Elizabeth was born on the 111th day of the year. From the opening ceremony of the Commonwealth Games to the death of Queen Elizabeth is 1 month, 11 days for 111. The name of the tarot card that features the similar scene to the Commonwealth Games opening ceremony, Strength, equals 111. A classic song related to this theme, It's Good to Be King, by Tom Petty, was released on 111, November 1st. Looking at the beginning of Elizabeth's cycle, she became queen while staying at the Treetops Hotel in Kenya in East Africa. From the Wikipedia page on the Treetops Hotel, Treetops became famous around the world when Princess Elizabeth, as she then was, stayed there at the time of the death of her father, King George VI. This occurred on the night of the 5th to the 6th of February 1952. She then learned of the king's death, however, after having departed while the couple were at the Sagana Lodge. She was the first British monarch since King George I to be outside of the country at the moment of succession, and also the first in modern times not to know the exact time of her accession, because her father had died in his sleep at an unknown time. So she was at the treetops on the 6th, the day she became queen, and the exact time of her father's death is not fully ascertained, so she very well could have been there at the Treetops Hotel at the time and she became queen. Her accession to the throne is associated with the Treetops Hotel for highly symbolic reasons. This is a ritual allusion to the Tree of Life. It has earlier iterations in the ancient Commission Pautneteru, but is most recognized today in Kabbalah and coincides with the Vedic chakra system. The highest sephira in the Kabbalah Tree of Life is Keter, which corresponds with the Vedic crown chakra. So Elizabeth's receiving the crown at the Treetops Hotel was a high esoteric ritual. Keter, the crown, at the top of the Tree of Life, The Treetops Hotel was located next to an animal watering hole in a game reserve, which syncs with the Lion King theme, a movie that essentially takes place in Kenya and features wild animals and is about accession to a throne. The Lion King is about accession to a throne. This is where Queen Elizabeth became queen. And remember that the lead character in The Lion King, Simba, was voiced by Jonathan Taylor Thomas, who was born on September 8th. The Lion King was released on June 15th, 1994, a 237-day span with the upcoming anniversary of Queen Elizabeth becoming queen. God Save the Queen has gematria of 237. This was the title of the national and Commonwealth royal anthem for the last 70 years. The Treetops Hotel was renovated in the year 57, in keeping with the birth theme. The Treetops Hotel closed in 2021 as a result of lost revenue due to the coronavirus. Corona means crown, so the Tree of Life destruction by the corona is symbolic of an inversion of the Tree of Life. And inversion is symbolized by St. Peter's cross, the hanged man, the mutable cross, which is an inverted cross. The Treetop Hotel, destroyed by the crown virus. That's an inversion. The mutable cross has a value of 89, like the date 8 September that Elizabeth died on. 8 September can also be stated September 8th, which is 9/8. Treetops has a value of 98. This symbolizes the cycle. She was crowned at the treetops, which is 98, and died and ceded the throne to her heir on 9/8. That heir is Charles III. In the Jewish/Agrippa/Latin cipher of English gematria, Charles III sums to 521, which is the 98th prime number. The Treetops Hotel is at the foot of Mount Kenya. There is a theory, not popularly held outside of Africa, but a theory nonetheless, that Mount Kenya might be the original Mount Zion. The fact that this major historical figure ascended to the throne at this specific location leads one to wonder if this was planned as part of a ritual that acknowledged the sacredness of this location. Elizabeth died at age 96. In gematria, Mount Zion has a value of 96, so in this respect, 96 can indicate the beginning, where she became queen, and end of her cycle, the age of her death. Thank you for watching. If you haven't, please subscribe. Please share. Please like. And please take care.